more video game studios need to shut down. Like when we're seeing all these video game studios shutting down, we shouldn't be sad and saying, "Oh, it's so bad, yeah, video game industry, blah blah blah." We shouldn't be saying that. We should be celebrating, clapping, be happy that video game studios are shutting down left, right, and center. In fact, we need more video game studios to shut down because this is the way forward for the video game industry. This is the way we're gonna start getting new, fresh games again. This is the way we're gonna stop getting these copy and paste, reskin, trash games. But to be real, we're always gonna get copy and paste trash games, but we're gonna get a lot less of them. Because when these studios see other studios getting shut down and they look at the last game they released and they realize it was some piece of garbage, with 100 players on Steam or some bullshit, right? They're gonna look at that and say, fuck, our time is gonna come sooner or later. We need to start making better games. We need to start innovating, putting better ideas, hiring some experts or some people with imagination, because these old guys who are running the show, their ideas are outdated, they're out of touch, and they don't know what's popping. You get what I'm saying? They don't know what gamers want. They did their degree in marketing and economics, so all they're thinking about is how to monetize the game, monetize the fuck out of the game, monetize the fun out of the game. You get what I'm saying? That's what's going on right now. These old guys have no passion, they have no drive, they have no passion. All they think about is money, 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 right? So that's another factor that's killing out these games, and these are the guys that are running the studios, and a lot of them that even get shut down, right? These old guys, they are not the source of the problem, right? But they're a big part of the problem. So that's why I had to mention them in this video. These old guys who don't have any passion and can't get it up anymore, and their wife is cheating on them like Michael DeSantis, so they sit depressed by a swimming pool and smoke and listen to music. They're running the show, they're calling the shots, right? And they don't listen to nobody because they're stubborn as a donkey and they're stubborn as fuck. But that's why their studios are getting shut down at the end of the day. You got some real old guys out there, some real Master Roshi type of old guys who are out there and still doing their thing, right? But I'm just saying, like, a lot of these old guys, right? Not all of them though. They don't want to step aside and retire because they don't want to let any young, fresh talent come through. The ones with the innovative ideas, they don't want them to come through because these old guys are the gatekeepers. You get what I'm saying? They don't want the young talent, the fresh talent with the new ideas, with the fun games, that are going to come and direct the games and make them these games that people want to play, that are not going to flop on day one. They just want to hold on to their spot as long as possible. I mean, look at even games like Death Stranding. I know a lot of people like that game, but I felt like that game was garbage, and I felt like that game should have been a tech demo, a free tech demo released to the public. Because when you be real, right, a lot of these games, if you ask someone who pirates games, a lot of these games that are coming out in 2024, people who pirate games, they will tell you that these games ain't even worth pirating, bro. They're not worth playing for free. They're not worth buying at full price. They're not worth playing. They're not worth pirating. People who pirate games will tell you that, bro, because they're just some copy and paste reskins, or there's some weird games like Concord, or some weird games like Horizon Forbidden West with these ugly characters or whatever, trying to push some agenda or just some weird shit. All I know is, you can just know when something feels off with some of these games coming out. These Forspokens, Horizon Forbidden West, Deathloop, these weird games, bro. They're just coming out and they're just there for people to buy, and people gobble them up and they love them and they praise them and they say they're the best game ever made, right? And then on top of that, you got these fake reviewer companies, right? I ain't calling no names, but like a lot of these media outlets need to shut down as well. Some of these big video game media outlets need to shut down because they're just putting out trash reviews, fake reviews, biased reviews. They would totally trash a game if they feel like that game doesn't align with their culture, I should say, right? That's what's going on right now. And it's not even just these bigger media outlets as well. You got like, smaller YouTubers with a smaller influence and a smaller audience who are doing the exact same thing, right? I feel like these reviews need to be more about the gameplay, the fun factor of the game. Is the game fun? Is it original? Is it pushing the boundaries? That sort of thing. And games don't always need to push boundaries. Sometimes they just need to perfect the formula, or just do it in a way that makes you say, yeah, it was worth it. But the big problem is, like, these video game studios now, back to them, they ain't making no characters, like no iconic characters anymore. How many characters in the last, let me see, 5 years, I'm just gonna say 5 years, have you seen come up like iconic characters? You ain't seeing them come. You ain't seeing no Virgils. You ain't seeing no Dantes. You ain't seeing no Marios. You ain't seeing no Link. You get me? You ain't seeing no. You ain't seeing any more iconic characters come up. You ain't seen no Banjo and Kazooie, no Rayman. You ain't seen no more iconic characters come out, right? Well, I haven't seen any lately. That's just what I'm saying. Because these video game studios, they don't know how to make iconic characters. This is because they don't want to invest in the narrative, right? This is the next thing, right? A lot of the stories in these games, they suck. They're just some cookie cutter, some AI generated stories. Like, that's what they feel like. And you just want to skip through them. And the worst part about it is that a lot of these video games now, you can't even skip through the dialogue. They want to force you to stay in the dialogue, right? Because of retention, to boost up their game, get more numbers. A lot of the people who play these games, they're just mindless. That's why there's so many garbage games coming out, right? But there's just a bunch of garbage games. Shovelware, look on the Nintendo eShop, look on the PSN stuff. We need a lot of those studios to shut down, especially indie studios. Like, there's so many garbage indie games. I can't believe it, man. I can't believe how many garbage indie games there are, right? There should be like a handful of indie game studios left. Like, that's how many of them need to get shut down. A lot of these indie studios need to shut down. A lot of these AAA studios need to shut down. We just need quality over quantity, because the market is just being diluted with a bunch of garbage games. And because there's so much choice, right? People don't know what to play, so they end up supporting these garbage games that should not get supported. And then they keep making more garbage games, and that's how the cycle continues. So when these studios get shut down, it's basically the cycle being broken. Modern gaming, you hear people talking about modern gaming, right? This is how modern gaming is gonna get good, right? This is how modern gaming is gonna stay alive and stay strong, because sometimes in order to create something, you gotta destroy something first. So they gotta destroy these trash studios and make space for new ones that are coming out here with innovation, who are learning and innovating, right? That's what it's about. And looking at things from a more detailed point of view, I'm not saying that these devs should be jobless and end up homeless, right? These devs who work in the studios that get shut down, they should go and work for companies like Rockstar, you know, the companies that are actually doing it right, so they can make more quality games, games worth playing, games that are pushing the boundaries, right? That sort of thing. And on the indie side now, the indie developers who shut down their studios because they keep making these garbage games, right? Go and help studios like Team Cherry, help them make the sequel to Silksong, that sort of thing, right? Overall, they need to focus on more sustainable business models, right? They can't just be predatory, you know, with these microtransactions, right? And they have to end up discounting and doing all sorts of things to get people to buy the game. But people ain't gonna buy their game because their game is trash, bro. No one wants to play it. What you don't understand is when people don't want to buy a game, it's not because the price or because of the inflation or whatever, bro. It's because your game is trash. They're not even gonna pirate it. They just don't want anything to do with it. And the next thing as well, a good chunk of these studios, they're just copycats, bro. They just copy and paste in, you know, making these games, these reskins. Like, in case you haven't noticed, like, a lot of Hollow Knight clones are popping up lately, and I'm telling you, most of these Hollow Knight clones are not worth playing. They're just trash. If they take inspiration from Hollow Knight, or they make a game similar to Hollow Knight, but, you know, it's different enough, you know, a game like Ender Lilies, something like that, right? I'm telling you, most of them are not worth playing. Most of them should just get shut down and not get released. Just imagine what would have happened if the last Saints Row game was a massive success. They would be working on the sequel to that right now. A game just like that, bro. Another big piece of garbage just like that game. Just imagine how destructive and bad that would be for gamers who like proper games, who like real games. Just imagine how disgusting that sequel would be. That's why we need more studios to shut down. So if a developer manages to stumble on this video, just hear me out, bro. If your game is trash, just hit the delete button. You know I'm about that. Just hit the delete button if your game is trash. Don't bother make it. Don't bother release it to the public. Nobody wants it. No one's gonna touch it. No one's gonna play it. Just make way for better games.